the multiplication principle. One of the most important parts is to know when to use it. Suppose Angela has 9 skirts, 8 blouses, and 13 different pairs of shoes. If she is willing to wear any combination, how many different choices of skirt, blouse, and shoes does she have? Notice that she's going to have to choose some skirt, some blouse, and some shoe. So she's going to have to take some steps. Step 1, choose one of the skirts. Step 2, choose one of the blouses. Step 3, choose one of the shoes. Then 9 times 8 times 13 will be 936 different skirt, blouse, shoes she can choose or have. In factorial, the word factorial implies factor. Factor implies multiplication. Notice the symbol, it's an exclamation point. And they also tell us that 0 factorial is 1 by definition. A factorial, in symbols, it looks like this, kind of complicated. But all it means is this. 7 factorial, you're going to do the multiplication the following way. You're going to start with the 7, finish with the 1, and not skip any number. So 7 factorial will be 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. These are permutations. Permutations count. They count arrangements. Permutations count arrangements. It's always, the symbol is P. And you have an N on one side and an N on the other side. The N is the total number of available objects. R is how many are taken. This is the formula for permutation. Here's a factorial. The calculator can do this for you much quicker. How many batting orders are possible for a 9 baseball team? Well, what you think is the first order, the first person selected. There's 9 you could select from. But once that one is selected, there's only 8 people to select from, and then 7, and then 6, all the way to the last one. You multiply them, and you get this number. This is how many orders the battings can take, how many batting orders we could have. A teacher has 5 books and wants to display 3 of them side by side. How many arrangements? As soon as you see the word arrangement, it's a permutation. So there's 5 books. This number is always bigger or equal to this one. There's 5 available, and you're going to order them in 3. So 5 times 4 times 3. For example, how many books can occupy the first position? There's 5 of them. The second position, there's 4. Notice it goes down by 1 because you already picked a book before that. So combination, notice we had a permutation, now we have a combination. Permutations have to do with counting, orderings, arrangement, placings. Combinations have to do with forming groups of a certain size. Counting is also a counting formula. It counts for you. For example, you have 10 things available here. How many groups of 3 can you form? If you have 10 people, how many 3-member committees can you form? This will give you the answer. The answer would be 120. The calculator can do this too. 3 managers are to be selected from a group of 30 to work on a special project. So just by seeing the wording, notice that 3 managers are to be selected from a group of 30. So right here, it implies we're forming groups of a certain size. When we're forming groups of a certain size, it's a combination. So a combination of 30 objects taking 3 at a time. Combination of 30 objects taking 3 at a time. There's 30 people and you're going to form groups of size 3. How many groups of size 3 can you come up with? 4,060. In how many ways can the group of 3 be selected if a certain manager must work on the project? So notice, you're going to form a group of 3 if a certain manager must work on the project. Well, if there were 30 people, but one of them is already in the group, so there's only 29 to form the other 2, to pick the other 2 people. That's why this instead of 30 is a 29, and that's why this instead of a 3 is a 2, because one person is already in the group. So you only have 29 to choose from, and you only need 2 more people. This you could do in the calculator, will give you 406. From a baseball team of 15 players, 4 are to be selected to present the list to the coach. One of the players is Michael Branson. Find the probability Branson will be among the 4 selected. So notice, there's a group of 15, but one of them is already chosen, Branson. So this is Branson. So now from the 14 that are left, form groups of 3. So Branson is 1, and then 3 more, that's a group of 4. This is how many ways you could choose a group of 3. This will count this for you. This bottom one is the denominators. How many total groups of 4 can you have? Notice this is a probability and the denominator has to be a total amount. So if you have 15 people available and you're forming groups of 4, how many different groups of 4 can you form? From those total number of groups of 4 can you form, the group that you're interested in is going to have Branson and some other 3 people. The probability of that happening is 0.27.